Okay, here's Sierra Trost of the UMC volleyball team talking about your event that you've got coming up this Friday, just Alzheimer's Awareness Night that you've kind of just started yourself for the program, or for a nonprofit that you started called What Forget Me Not. Just talk a little bit about just the whole process that led you to start this nonprofit, and also just kind of what your inspiration behind it was.
Well, starting Forget Me Not was sort of a personal thing for me because my grandmother passed away from Alzheimer's dementia, and just seeing how devastating of a disease it can be, it really makes you want to make a difference. And I worked at Riverview's memory care unit this whole summer with people who suffer from Alzheimer's and dementia, and just that personal connection with them and seeing how it affects them and their families, and knowing that if there's something I could do that I would want it to be done, made me want to start Forget Me Not and just help and in any way that I can. And so I don't do the research myself, but my nonprofits, 100% of the proceeds go to Mayo Clinic's research for Alzheimer's. And so just knowing that there's a possibility out there so that others don't have to suffer those devastating consequences of this disease made me want to do it. And then this Friday, Forget Me Not is sponsoring our volleyball game, UMC's volleyball game. And there's going to be awareness, and you're going to learn a little bit more about Alzheimer's while also hopefully having fun and watching a great game.
Just talk a little bit about your background. Obviously, the unfortunate part of having a grandparent that, that fell to a disease like Alzheimer's, that, I've always thought would be the most horrible way to go, because you kind of lose yourself and you lose that person before they're actually lost. Just talk, what was your grandma's name, and just how much is this just kind of in memory of her, and more on top of just your experience working with the people in the memory care unit?
So my grandmother's name was Ruthadale, and if you actually go to our website, fmndonate.com, you can read all about her story. And she was diagnosed with dementia a couple years ago, and just the way it affects people is so different from any other disease, because it steals life without actually stealing your life.
Yep.
So it's really hard to explain and get someone to understand if they haven't had firsthand experience with it. So I encourage everybody to go volunteer at a memory care unit, to ask around, because pretty soon, in the near future, scientists have said either the facts will be that you either know someone with Alzheimer's or you'll have it yourself. So that's how fast that this is spreading, and I'm trying to think of how to describe it, but the conversations with someone with Alzheimer's, they become less deep and they become more repetitive, and sometimes you'll feel like you're talking in circles, and just getting them to smile and remember your name is a feat in itself. And it's just hard, because the worst part is when you'll go and visit them and they won't even know who you are sometimes. My grandma's did not get that bad, but I worked with some people whose has.
Just how in the future do you hope to just grow your nonprofit and just gain awareness to it and hopefully just the awareness and just generating funds toward the Mayo Clinic?
Well, our ultimate goal is hopefully to have a world without Alzheimer's. And what I see for this program is I'm going to keep it within Crookston. So, like, even when I am done at school here, it will still be here because I feel that it's important to build those connections and build those relationships with the nonprofit and the people in the community. So I figured that would be the best way to go for this. And then, I mean, even not just me can learn more, the people who I pass it down to can learn more as well. So I think that that's where we're going with this. And then obviously whatever we donate to Mayo or anything is a help in itself.
Yep.
We don't have a specific goal.
Yep.
We just, every little bit helps, and like no matter what it is, they can do something with it. So really just to make a difference in the Alzheimer's, like the finding the cure for it is what the goal of this is.
Awesome. Thanks, Sierra.